people have such a problem with Katt Williams. People have a problem with people that says, I'm going to tell the truth. When you hear Steve Harvey say, there are repercussions when you tell the truth.
We can't come out here and do it any kind of way we want to. This is the money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble so I can make a statement.
The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal and he wear a suit and then he gets this high top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business, and it's a man unit. Then you ask it, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same that hated on Bernie with this same thing. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star.
Well, you know, I got a couple of things that's on my mind. My closing remarks are going to be seem a little discombobulated, but I haven't really had time to put it together. It's just some thoughts that I've been having. I want to address what's being labeled as comedy beefs. Y'all, comedy was never designed to be this. Comedy is a great art form. It's always been for the best stand-ups to come into people's lives, homes, theaters, and provide just as hard a laughs as we possibly could. As a stand-up, has always been my only goal. This thing that's going around now about comedy beefs, it's only coming really from a few people. It's really not the overall thing. 85 South ain't beefing with nobody. And those are the youngest comedic giants out there. 85 South ain't beefing with nobody. You know, them cats come from the hip-hop culture. What you're seeing, man, in these comedy beefs are people who aren't where they used to be, and all of a sudden are using this thing called comedy beefs as a way to get some light shined on them. That's not what comedy is, man. It's just not. I'm gonna tell you something. Now, I'm not saying any names, but let me explain something to you. I've been in comedy a long time. In my entire career, was there ever a question about who the headliner was? In my entire career. And on my contract, it said I have been headlining clearly since 1995. I have been headlining since 1995. You know, the Kings, we switched up. Like if we went to Chicago, Bernie was closing. We went to St. Louis, Said was closed. We went out to LA, DL closed. Whoever's hometown it was closed. But we always understood that. One night in Baltimore, Chris Tucker's movie had just came out. It was Fridays and something else that had came out. And my contract said I was a headliner in Baltimore. We got there, me and Chris was sitting up laughing. And the little new promoter, little boy, had some money he ain't had no business having. He came in there and said, hey man, I want Chris Tucker to close this show. Chris Tucker had a problem with that. But we talked about it. I said, Chris, he the dude, he wanted that. I told him, look man, as long as you pay me my money, I don't care who closes. Chris Tucker came to me and asked me, hey man, just do me one favor, man. If you're gonna go up first and he got me closing, could you just keep it to 30 minutes? I did 28 minutes exactly. That was the only time in my career. And in my contract though, I was the headliner. But this dude decided he liked Chris better. I don't care who it did. That was the only dispute. Look man, it's known beforehand in the tickets, in the contract. There's no such thing as memos and all like that. You have a contract to sign. And that's who the headline is. And read the marquee when you get there. When you pull up at the front of the theater on the marquee, it'll tell you that too. It's all simple. So these beefs that people are having, it's always coming from somebody who ain't where they were. That's all I see in this. I just wanted to put that out there, man, for those of you that's not in the business. That's not how this works, man. It's just not how it works. Second thing I want to kind of address is what I see online oftentimes is people talking about that's karma. Every time something bad happened to a person, just for your little blog purposes or sensationalizing, you can't call it karma. Everything that happened in a person's life ain't karma. Sometimes it's just called life. It's just called life, man. And bad things happen to everybody in life. It has nothing to do with karma. It's just like the course of a day. The sun don't shine all day long. There is a period called night. Even a day part has different parts. There's hours in the day. Listen, man. Everything that happens to a person is not karma. And just cause you see something negative happening to a person, it ain't karma. It's called life. If you're grieving over the loss of someone, it ain't cause, there you go, that's karma. No, that's life. A person lose their job, that's life. Hey, hold up, the plant closed. That ain't karma. The plant closed. The plant had 1,000 employees. The plant closed. That ain't karma. That's life. A lot of stuff, y'all, is a test of your faith. There are things that are going to happen to you in your life that is going to prepare you for something else. I've learned in my life, and a minister taught this to me, everything that happens to you is God preparing you for what you ask for. If you ask God for more strength, God gonna put some situations and some trials in front of you that requires you to be strong. If you are asking God for patience, God is gonna put some stuff in your path that makes you have to learn how to wait. That ain't karma. It's life. It's a test of your faith. Stop letting these people fool you with their little sensationalizing acts that every time something happened to a person, they gonna put a story and call it karma. It ain't karma. It's called life. And we all have to experience it. So please, man, be smart about this thing, y'all. And we have got to stop destroying one another. I don't know what it is about us, man, but I'm watching other cultures and it just ain't happening. It ain't just happening. It ain't no white groups battling. It ain't no white comedians battling. It ain't no white superstars going at each other and attacking each other. It ain't no old washed up white acts going after the new acts. It ain't none of that. But we keep filling our timelines with this stuff, man. We have got to do better, y'all. We need to turn around. Hey, man, we need to get back to God. We need to start praying more.